Greetings, justice seekers. Welcome to Justice, Not Justice, Season 1, Episode 24. All right, we're at the end of 2018, and what a year it's been. I'm going to do a quick little recap and just see what is being revealed about the Milwaukee County court system, family in particular in this case, but probably elsewhere as well. Okay, Jeremiah filed for divorce in January of this year. He filed a restraining order against his wife, which was rejected. Quick before I do that, I just want to remind everybody who the players are here. In this particular case, we have Jeremiah and Jamie Collins. Another picture of Jamie without her glasses. And a couple pictures of Jeremiah, horrible Jeremiah, father painting his daughter's nails. And so far we have the guardian ad litem, attorney for the children, Lisa Bangert. We've had some commissioners and another judge involved at this point, but they're not as significant in this case, even though mostly the commissioners just pushed everything off. So again, Jeremiah tried to file a restraining order. It was immediately denied. Jamie then also filed her own restraining order, which was immediately accepted. And Jeremiah was forcibly, well, not forcibly, but police escorted out of his home in February. We had a hearing in front of a court commissioner the very first time, at which time some temporary orders were made, and I was accused of abusing the children and was subsequently investigated accordingly, and all accusations were found to be not true. In the orders, Jeremiah is not supposed to be around me with the kids. We tried to uphold that. We were living in a bedroom. We finally got a 3-bedroom place where I lived, and he continued to be in contempt of that. And Jamie continued to be in contempt of every order, was not paying the mortgage, etc. And Jeremiah was summarily, regularly, and consistently chastised for his transgressions and contemptuous behavior, and she never was. We have a GAL who we tried to fire, and we were very clear with her about what we saw was happening, and she has become hostile, aggressive, terrorizing, definitely stoking fear and anxiety a lot, and taking the side of the mother, which in the best interest of the children is questionable, extremely questionable. So Jeremiah now, at the end of the year, has 2 days of visitation a week from being this horrible father that paints his daughter's toenails. And we have a judge at the end of the year who, again, focuses exclusively on him, really not even talking about the children, and definitely not addressing anything relative to Jamie and her bad behavior. So at this point, I want to point out another issue that is really problematic with the Milwaukee County court system and probably the Wisconsin justice system, but there's this website called CCAP. And it's basically the open records place where anybody who has a court case in the state of Wisconsin it's posted there, as well as the parties, the attorneys, activities, letters, things that are happening on the case, court dates, so forth and so on. Now, if you go to CCAP and you look at Jeremiah's file, it's very interesting the way that information is input into it. And the problem with the way that is happening is that some details are provided, but a lot of details are omitted. And if somebody who is not privy to the inside story, who's not been sitting in the courtroom, who has not been a part of the whole thing, anybody can go and look, and they can form their own opinion based on what they're seeing. And this is problematic for a host of reasons, but specifically in this case, there are 2 instances where we were reaching out for help from the entities who are supposed to be moderating and you know, bodies that are supposed to be, that's what they exist for. Specifically in this situation, the Office of Lawyer Regulation, which is the entity that looks at complaints against attorneys. And we filed a complaint against Lisa Banger, and we're very specific and uploaded a lot of evidence and so forth and so on, and it was really quickly denied. You know, she's not, they have discretion at on how they can do it. If you don't agree, that's too bad. But, you know, there's nothing we can do. We are not going to pursue this. If you want to appeal it, you may, and of course we did. So we appealed it to the director of the OLR, and again, provided, you know, lots of information and evidence. And this is what he said about that. Basically, you know, ethics rules grant a guardian ad litem discretion regarding how to investigate, how much time to spend with the parties, what motions to file, and the recommendations to make. Now, here's where this is a problem. I reviewed automated circuit court records relating to your case, which show that the court considered and denied your motion to remove Attorney Bangert and found that you had violated a court order and suspended your placement. These decisions are subject to the authority of the court, and this office has no authority to intervene. Therefore, I have decided to affirm the closure of your grievance. So this is one of those people who went into CCAP and looked at this case and saw the proscripted notes that exist in there. And I will challenge you to go and look for yourself, and you will see a very different picture of, you'll see the public picture. So not only do we have orders, which are life-changing, they are, you know, punishable by fines and prison and jail, you know, these kinds of things. But then you also have the recounting in CCAP, which you can't get. So the whole system is really messed up. As well, at some point, we attempted to get some media attention to this issue about the power of GALs in the Milwaukee County courts, and I'll get to this later, but one of the people that we were in conversation with, it was an investigative reporter, said, oh, I see, I went in to look at your file and I see that, you know, this and that and the other thing happened. So it's no surprise to me that you're reaching out to me now. In other words, Bangert is in the right and you're in the wrong, and now you're trying to be retaliatory, which is not even remotely close to what, and that's essentially what, you know, what this letter suggests as well. Okay, so Happy New Year. We have a hearing now with Jane Carroll in January of 2019, and I'll pick it up there. I'll see you soon.